GoPro, it's a very bad road for 4 kilometres. You know, you do 10 miles an hour. Otherwise you get shaken to bits. I can't go any slower, this car's coming. There should be, there's some ground here.
Turn right, Port Gusgar. Then, you have reached your destination. It is on your right.
So good morning, we are now here, which I think is Toruń. But rather than be at the campsite, we have gone straight to a vet's. If you've been watching the vlogs, you will remember we went to a German vet who didn't charge us anything and said there was nothing wrong with her, it will get better. This is a sore pad that she's got, that she's licking. It hasn't got better, she's made it worse, it's a little bit smelly, looks very sore. So I've booked into a Polish vet. It's quite a modern looking one. Rachel's taken Sprocket over now. I've managed to find opposite is like some wasteland, best describe it as, by the railway, which is great because I can watch the trains. The vet's some modern looking building on the other side of the road. There is a car park. It's not big enough really to get a good staff in. So we made it just in time. There were more roadworks, but we've got here sort of 15 minutes before our appointment, so that's fine. And hopefully Sprocket will get sorted. So the plan this afternoon was to check into the campsite and walk into the old town, which is about 20 minutes walk. You go across the Vistula, the longest river in Poland, and the old town is meant to be very nice to look at. We've changed our plans because it's now got to 27, 28 degrees. It was like 20 yesterday. So our idea, because we're only here for one night, our idea now is that we will camp, chill out at the campsite, and walk into Toruń tomorrow morning, maybe at 8 o'clock, before all the crowds, and have a look around in the morning when it's a bit cooler.
Turn right, then take the third right.
Pedestrians in vicinity.
So after visiting the vets, which we'll talk about in a moment, we are now at Camping Tramp in Toruń. I think that's how you say it. Literally 25 minutes walk from the old town. We basically go out, turn right, go across the Vistula and into the old town. It's a nice site. We'll have a look around later, but we've got our own pitch which is surrounded by hedges. The electric by us isn't working, but I've thrown cable over to another box and that's fine. And I think it worked out at £31, including electric. There is Wi-Fi as well, although we're a little bit too far away to use it here. But back to the vets and Sprocket. Well, the appointment was at 1:20 and Rachel wasn't back for over an hour, so I was starting to get a little bit worried. I mean, I did get the opportunity to film some trains, but then Rachel came back and she's going to just fill us in. Well, let's look at the patient first. One patient, cone face or torch face. Do you want cone of shame? How do you want to be known? You've got dirt in there already. I think torch face. That's the best one, isn't it?
You have reached your destination.
I'm sure you don't want to see her foot, but I might put a picture of it on later. We are amazed at the vets. So I just chose the vets that was closest to the campsite.
A young vet came in. I don't know whether this girl was a nurse or a vet, but she's very good. And he didn't speak English, but he spoke onto his phone. He translated it and said, "We'll give an ultrasound to see if we can do it." And they spent ages on the ultrasound.
Could you see what was happening?
Yeah. Well, you couldn't see anything. I was holding, and Sprocket was so good she didn't even wince. And he gave Sprocket local anaesthetic. and which he didn't fuss, and then he cut away at her foot. And I don't know whether he pulled something out or not, but he said, I think it's more a fungal infection looking at it. I can't find anything there. He messed around with it with a pair of very sharp scissors, and she's got, we've got, I don't know what that says on it, we've got to bathe the foot once a day in this and then wash it out.
Right.
So in a little solution of that, and then wash it. So once a day, and then we've got cream for twice a day, just to put on it. And then we've got, and I don't know what these are. We've got these tablets, which if anybody's a vet or knows anything will know what they are. Right. And I think there might be antibiotics, because those are twice a day, and we start tomorrow. And she has 3/4 of one twice a day. And then every day at the same time, she's got to have 3/4 of these, which again, if anybody's a vet, they'll know what they are. Okay. And that was it. And they put a collar on her.
And how long were you with them?
Over an hour.
Over an hour.
Way over an hour.
So we have got pet insurance, so we took details with us, but we're quite amazed when we got the price.
It came to £59.
£59. And I was thinking, oh, you're going to come back and say it was 600 or something.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought, was there enough money on his Revolut card?
Certainly in the hundreds, you would have thought.
Well, it would have cost that much just to go into the vets.
Cone of shame.
The good news is she can go for walks.
So that's the reception area. Very nice welcome. Perfect English. Chemical toilet.
Yeah, there's a hole.
Where?
There.
Is that it? Or is that the drive over waste?
No, it's chemical toilet.
Ah. Well, it must be both then. I've not seen a drive over waste. Not all that much, because we use those showers. So it's quite a nice pitch. Got some privacy. Had to throw the wire over this hedge along to that electric box. The other one isn't working. So this site is sort of a hotel or a motel. It's got
Crossroads.
Yeah, like Crossroads. It's got tennis courts and a children's play area. That's the showers and toilets, which I'll look at later on this side of that building. There are some electric hookups here. Some chalets there. And there's more caravan pitches and things over there. We didn't really explore that area. It's a water filling point, which we used when we arrived.
Breakfast is 9 till 10. Restaurant closes at 8. Last orders at 7. Right.
What day is it now?
Hello.
So it's a lot cooler, so we've decided we're going to walk in to Toruń. It's about 8:30 at night now, just a nice breeze. 20-minute walk over this bridge and over the Vistula, which is the longest river in Poland, about 1,000 kilometres, 650 miles, I think. And Toruń is one of the oldest cities of Poland and said to be one of the 7 wonders of Poland. It wasn't bombed during the war, so it is all authentic, back from about 1200.
She's got a leopard in a muzzle with this.
Yeah. We've got Torchface on the left, Pickle on the right. So there's a lift going down. We want to die together. It's meant to be a leaning tower.
Yeah, I saw that. It's on your map.
And I think they say, did you not bring it? I told you to bring it.
I had 2 bolts.
I think you've got to try and put your back on it and your heels against the wall. So this is the leaning tower. This is.
The vet said that she could walk.
Oh yeah. So like the vet did say that she can walk, and that's not a problem. So we're not hurting her by doing this. Hang on to the wall. 1, 2, 3. No, down. Found one of the gates. Oh, this is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Carrots for the dogs. This is a very, very brief trip into Toruń. It is a UNESCO site, so we wanted to have a quick look around. We can't spend too long here because of the problems with sprocket her foot. But we're going to go back down to the river and maybe have a sit down and have a rest before we go back to the campsite. So what's nice about coming out this time of night is things start getting lit up. We've got the wall behind us and the river.
Wiesz, jakie będą konsekwencje?
Zobaczymy, co twoja starsza powie, nie? Bo może powie, że już tam no właśnie.
It's alright.
Obviously he's gone there. He went down. He's complete. So we've arrived here. I can't click because I've got a dog in my hand, which is a narrow gauge railway museum. Now we're probably not going to spend as long here as I intended, and we could have gone on a train ride, but it is quite warm. We have tested the floor for the dogs, and at the moment it's okay. We parked the motorhome right down the end of the car park in the shade with all the blinds up. The museum has just opened, but we might just be very quick because it is getting very, very hot, and it's about looking after the dogs, I'm afraid. For the motorhome, or camper as they call it, was 50 zlotys, so in total it came to 70 zlotys to come in. So it's a narrow gauge railway, 600 millimetres, so it used to be quite an extensive network. network's over 100 years old. I'll put some facts and figures on the screen. So just 60 centimetre wide. It's the narrowest in Poland. Little tanker. The downside for the dogs is they have to have muzzles on in these museums here. So they've got to wear muzzles, which is a bit of a pain when you've already got a collar on. You love your muzzle, don't you? Love your muzzle.
It's too hot to
So it actually doesn't feel that thin of a train once you're inside. It's just that they're single seats rather than double seats. So we've got sideways seats like a like a tube train. That looks like a toy train, that one. Because it's quite low down, isn't it? I think that's a comparison between a standard sort of gauge and the narrow gauge. Right, I'm going to try and get away with parking just there. I can get back to the motorhome if I need to move it. It's just if the combine harvester comes, because he's in the field. But the crossing for the train is there's two crossings across the road, and here's one of them. So I'm just going to wait and see. If he doesn't come in about 10 minutes, we'll go. So I've just heard the horn, so hopefully it's on the way. Just we'll give it a few minutes. So it's definitely coming now. We've just heard the horn, very, very close. Just going over the other crossing, I should imagine. Do you have to paddle along that bit?
So you think you've died? Yes.
Then turn right.
I don't recognise it at all.
Turn right,
Yeah.
then bear right.
Yeah, you go down into like a car park, which is here. There you go. And then we walk down there, through there to get to the lake.
Can you put my eye out
Bear right, then turn right.
It's a service point. It's hidden around the back of the campsite. So we're just filling up with water and letting the dirty water from the last campsite out because it wasn't very clear where that went. So we have arrived here, Camping Malta, Poznań, where we have been before, many years ago, 16 years ago, where we parked at the other end, over there, and we just have good memories because the kids were young. Every time the train came, we came out of the caravan and went and stood and watched the train. And
Philip, actually, I think the other
been
two
me
are
and Philip,
too
but
old.
and the train has just gone past. That's brilliant.
And my mother.
So we've got a large pitch here, lots of opportunity for shade and tucking away. I'm just going to try and plug the electric in, see if it needs the odd connector again. So good morning, we are now camping at Camping Malta, Poznań, one of the only titles of this trip I can pronounce. And we're going to now go into town, which we've not done before. We've been to this campsite before. There's a lovely, it's an Olympic rowing lake, which you'll see at some point in the video, I'm sure. But when we came here before, we were on a mission to find Rachel's mother's birthplace, which is about an hour north from here, when it was Germany. Was it Schönlanka?
It was called Schönlanka.
It was called Schönlanka.
And now it's called something which we can't pronounce.
But we couldn't find any traces of the correct roads because all the German there has been sort of wiped out. Although it did have hammer and sickle stuff there, didn't it? Anyway, so we're off to find the tram. Something up there. So I think this is the main square of the old town. I might be wrong, but I think again, as some of the other ones, it was rebuilt. We're now going to look for goats. Interesting buildings, aren't they? Aren't they, Rachel? Aren't they, Rachel? Aren't they, Rachel?
Sorry?
Did you go? I said, those are interesting buildings.
I was really trying to think what the sign said. 1774 was all I could make out.
Right.
Well, from here it just looks like a pagoda, doesn't it? But I'm sure it's a clock tower.
As is typical when we visit places, there's lots of scaffolding all over stuff. Some sort of loonies. Can't say that, can I? Can't say that. What are they?
Street theatre, I think it's called.
Is that, I thought I just heard people screaming.
I think it's
Street theatre, not loonies.
politically
I might
correct.
have to cut that. I might have to cut that. Oh, these are nice. Oh, what? Oh, weird. This other one up front. In Hull they used to have goats on the front. Goats are associated with Poznań, a sort of key figure for Poznań, and I think it's to do with the goat display, which hopefully we're going to catch at 12 o'clock. I think is up there. I do like these buildings here, which we presume are all reconstructed.
Did they say that?
When you look on Google, most of it's been rebuilt, I think. So Pickle and Sprocket are getting a lot of attention. We've had Polish girls come up who spoke perfect English. We actually thought they were American. Came up to pet them. We've got people looking at them. Coming out very slowly. people. Absolutely thousands of people here now. Right, we're going to try and find something to eat or drink.
My legs have seized.
Oh, we saw somewhere down here, but it was sort of a breakfast menu, whether they're still doing it.
That's laziness.
This is our lunch. What's your drink?
I don't know.
Had pear and banana and things in it.
And yogurt.
So it's like a smoothie. And these are pancakes. Right, you just move back, extend your lead. You walk out further than the edge. Then it won't work. That'll do. Just cock it this way. No, you're meant to be. Hey. Watch the water with the dogs. So for future reference, there is a ticket machine over there, and it's in lots of languages. Just press and check, and it's all in English. And we're on a 15-minute ticket. It only takes 30 minutes to get there, and that was 5 zloty. So we've managed to find our way back towards the campsite. We're not quite there. This time we bought a ticket. We seem to have got into Poznań for free by accident, because I read on Google that you could pay with your phone on the tram, and there's lots of machines. I did it wasn't in English, but I managed to work out it's 2 adults, and it came up with a total, but the tap and go on my phone didn't work. Everyone else seemed to have a card. So we were only on there for about 10 minutes. We took the risk, didn't we? Because by the time we'd worked out what we were doing, it was time to get off.
No, we couldn't take the risk because we didn't know what we were doing.
No, we didn't. It wasn't a risk. We didn't know what we were doing. Anyway, when we got off, Rachel saw there was a ticket machine, which wasn't at the station. So we managed to get paper tickets. Grand total of 10 zloty. That's right. Yeah. So basically £2, £1 each. So we were just saying, if we didn't have the dogs, we'd do a lot of cycling, but everywhere is set up for cycling, and it's been the same across a lot of Poland. There's been lots of cycleways, paths and cycleways, either combined, or like here you've got the separate ones, and a lot of people using them. You've got recycling bins here. Toilets are in that bit there. That's the nearest fresh water, I guess. That's got a hose lock on if you need it to fill your motorhome up. And that there is the chemical emptying, which is very similar to the caravan motorhome club sort of style. No problems with that. And they're all hedged, which is quite nice. Yeah, well ours is quite long actually.
Yeah.
You can easily fit an 8 or a 9 metre motorhome into some of these spots. And that is the spot we had our caravan 16 years ago, and every time a train came, me and the kids, me and Philip, our youngest, would run across, because we got a really good view of the train here, no hedges. And we'd watch the train come past. So just as I said that, we heard the whistle, so we're going to watch the train from the same place. morning. This is our second full day in Poznań. We're here for 3 nights, and today it's a beautiful morning, but it's going to rain this afternoon apparently. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the small train to the end of the lake. I think it's Lake Malta, and then we're going to walk back the other side, back to the campsite. I thought the first train was 10 o'clock because I'm sure that's what it said on the website, but it's 10:30, so we've got a little bit of a wait. 2 single tickets, 76 zloty. So we've just got off at the far end. We're just going to watch it go, and then we're going to walk down the side of the lake. What did you think of the toilets at the station?
They're very nice.
I thought they were like hotel standard. That was. Very, very nice.
Yeah, but the hotels you normally go to.
Well, better than the hotel standards that I go to. Now we're going to walk around the lake. The path is divided into 2. So we're on the walkers' path where bikes aren't allowed. Bikes are going along the outside bit, and people walking could go alongside here. Remember this one coming 16 years ago. Let's just look down the lake. So this is Lake Malta. So if you desire, there is a bungee jump there. It's not a crane, I've looked it up. And then somewhere there is a swimming pool because there's slides, water slides outside, people coming down. And then the steam train should appear from those trees in a minute. We think these are all their Olympic winners on water. So where's
So that's
London?
silver.
So where's it? And there's a QR code to find out more information. So they've had a lot of winners, lots of success. So this must be the main rowing place for Poland.
Yeah.
What's that, beach volleyball
Yeah.
site? That big screen on the other side is where we were last night when we were walking the dogs. So the campsite is just behind the trees over there. There's some sort of building, or like a duck house. We were considering stopping to have a drink, but the weather looks like it's changing and it is meant to be raining in about an hour's time. So we thought we'd go home for toast.
Yeah, we've got some toast.
Have we got toast?
No, we've got bread.
Have we got bread? You just pernickety. It's a very nice children's play area. And just back a little bit, I didn't film it because there were loads and loads of children there, is what looks to be a paid area with bouncy castles, etc. But it did look like there was someone on the sort of gate there, but there's lots and lots of kids in there. That is a ski slope up there. That's a toboggan run. Coming down from the top of that hill. Little diggers. No, I think you have to put money in, Rachel. Oh, cool. So I think it's just doing adverts. Oh no, it's advertising the rowing. Just coming up to a grandstand. It's pouring with rain, and we've got about, what do you reckon, 10 minutes, 15 minutes walk to the other side. So we thought we'd chance coming in here under shade, having a drink. I don't know if it's going to get any worse, but it might stop. So
We have got coats, but we can't bother.
this is attached to the lake. Using the bike.